says it's streaming. Don't automatically start playing stuff. Alright. Can they hear me?
It's moving.
Oh, that's moving. Yeah, but I'm wondering, is this moving? Okay, you can hear me. Alright, so it can hear me. It can't see me. And I've given up on getting that one to work.
On which one? Oh.
Where's... Ow. Right in the groin.
Ow.
Alright. Where's the charger? There you are, charger. No, charger, don't go away. Come back, charger. Alright, it's up to you if you want to stay or go or whatever, Monica.
I think I'd go.
Okay.
I was just seeing if I could help you figure this out since it was
I got most of it to figure. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Alright, so it's just me today. Let's point this at me. And then we'll see if the video game is too loud. If not, I'll turn all that stuff down. Are you done? Please be done. Of course it's not done. So basically Ben's at work. He couldn't make it today. So it's going to be Joe, all by himself, all by me. I'm going to do my best, although I'm going to warn you all, I vomited over everything. It was awesome. I can't, and it's like, I don't have any two-player, it's only at 55. I might put in another game, just because, dang. But, basic problem is I don't have any two-player board games. It's only Monica and I. Lindsay's asleep because of school night, which means we'll actually probably start seeing less and less of her. Family game night, or maybe try to pull the time back. I don't know. I haven't eaten yet today. Or not today, but eaten yet this night, and so I got some chips. So you'll probably hear me munching. Alright, why has it not changed? Because I've moved the screen around. Dang it, so I got the audio working, but it doesn't seem like I actually got... don't fall! Alright. Alright, OEM device. You're activated. Why are you not working anymore? Why is it still showing 6:52 p.m. when it has obviously changed to 6:59? Dang it, you're right. So right now I guess we gotta decide between Monica or Lindsay. Which do we want more? Maybe we could get some other family members to join in. Are you... Why are you not working? You're joking. Now you're you're gone. Now we can't see anything. Is that better now? Now that we can't see anything? 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug it back in. Plug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now it's not even calling up the device. And I can change the title of the stream. I don't know how Ben locked it, and I can change it out afterwards. Like I changed all the other ones. Alright, let's make sure you plugged in right. Plug in there. Plug in there. Alright, I got that to reset. Now you reset. It still says it's not there. Yeah, Ben, I totally killed your stuff. If you come back and your laptop's on fire, devil made me do it. That's a workable offense or workable defense, right? So why can't I just plug the HDMI cable directly into the HDMI slot? And if you're commenting on the video, aren't you supposed to be working? Like, the whole reason you're not even here is because you're working. HD capture device. Okay, so apparently that's why I can't just plug it directly into the... Let's try plugging the HDI capture device. I can't. It's too big. Never mind. That's why you don't plug directly in. So that won't work. It's going to be like an hour-long video of no screen and Joe just talking to himself in an insane voice as he tries to get this to work. Why can't I get this to work? Why is nothing working? Crap, what's that? Ah, dang it. Everything just blew up. Now is it... Okay, we still got audio at least. At least we still got audio, right? My name is Jack Bennett. I am a Yorkshireman. I earn my telling by my tales, so the telling tale I can. The one I tell you now, boys, what does this even go to? The petals fell from the rose of York, never to bloom again. And the petals fell from the rose of York, never to bloom again. We did not want to leave you, but you said we ought to go. Where are you plugged it to? Am I even using you? Where are you this wire. Where are you? What are you? What are you? You. Come on, dang it. Stop being tied up in everything. You are important. Okay. So you are the thing that's still working. You're not working. I'm going to unplug you. And you're not working. I'm going to unplug you. And then I'm going to plug you in. And it's going to break. Please don't break. No. Okay. Tell me, Jean, for who? Tell me where he's so. Hush, when I hush and listen. And his cheeks are all aglow. I bear orders from the captain. Get you ready, quick and soon. Oh, I got a reaction. I got a reaction. Get you ready, quick and soon. For the pikes must be together by the rising of the moon. By the rising of the moon. There are 3 OBS studios open right now. Okay, now there's only one. Did I stop the live stream on accident, or is it still going? Hello? Am I alone in here? Lonely. I am so lonely. I have nobody to call my own. You still don't work. But do you work? Well, at least you're picking up. But, okay, so you're saying you're there. So if you say you're there, why aren't you then there? You're right there. Come on. Appear for me. What does this button do? That's not helpful. What does that button do? That's not helpful either. What does this button do? That's not helpful either. What does this button do? Absolutely nothing. What do you mean seeing? You haven't seen anything. You're just listening to me talk to myself as I try to get this stream thing working. You know, Ben's finally going to come back, and I'm going to be like the master of all technology and just like have all these wires plugged into myself in random places as I just take over the internet with my brain. Hi, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, can you drive across country, come all the way over here, and show me what the heck I'm doing? The only thing I've been able to get correct is the microphone. Which, you know, okay, I own the microphone. At least I got the thing I own to work. I had you on. Why? Are you actually on your... Are you, like, actually done with work, Ben? Or are you just panicking and coming to save Joe because he's incompetent? Because you should, Actually, this would be a good... Like, I should look up the cave and read it. Might as well, since, you know, it's all dark. I think I actually... Or just read random Irish stories until Ben comes and slaps him upside the head. No, don't you dare break. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's take a look at these and see what the heck. Ow! Alright, you... so we got that work. Maybe. I at least got that turned on to the correct thing. Oh, don't have a panic attack. Don't vomit. Don't vomit. Don't vomit. Oh, vomiting's bad. Hey, Ben, did you know that there's a snorkel still on our couch? Why do we have a snorkel randomly sitting on the couch, Ben? I got a game all set up to play, got a video all set up to do. I can't get anything to work but the audio. Alright, so the computer at least acknowledges that it is there. I think I can turn the audio up. It also doesn't help that I'm like all the way... Oh, what do you mean I think I could turn the audio up? I can turn the audio up. I know how to do that. But it doesn't help that I'm on the other side from the microphone. Alright, how's that? That sound a little bit better as I work? Alright, how's that? That sound a little bit better as I work? Or is that too loud and I just blew out all you guys' ears? Alright, how's that? That sound a little bit better as I work? Or is that too loud and I just blew out all you guys' ears? The main reason you might be able to hear me in the background echoing is because I have my words, my cell phone on YouTube, just to make sure that I can actually still hear myself, that hasn't broke. Default, buffering auto detect? Enable? Nope. Disable? Nope, that didn't do anything. Yeah, I'll put that back to auto detect. No, I do not want you to... Why is it trying to capture audio only? No, you're a camera. I'm using an audio device. You should just be like... Alright, so this one... What does that mean? My name is Jack Bennett. Why are you also saying capture audio only? My name is Jack Bennett. I am a Yorkshire man. I earn my telling by night as a certain tale I can. The one I tell you now, boys, was writ by foolish men, and the petals fell from the rose of York, never to bloom again. We did not want to lose you, but we thought you ought to know. Your king and country needed you, Lord Kitchener told us so. It's actually one of my favorite songs. Really sad, actually. Let's see, it's about the First World War, if I remember right. Or the Great War, as, the rest of the world calls it. I had heard sound effects. Sound effects mean something happened, right? for voting that I should just stop, give up now, and wait till Ben comes home? Say aye. Just go read Plato? Alright, fine, I'll look up some Plato and read it. There's an upbeat version of that? How is there an upbeat version of The Petals of York? Like seriously, it is such a depressingly let's pull out some of the choruses, or not choruses, stanzas. Our handsome mate was the first to fall as the guns they opened fire. His face no longer handsome, on the barbed wire met his end, and the petals fell from the rose of York, never to bloom again. With a shout, our lads did fire and charge the German wire. But the German guns don't pick and choose, and both die just the same. Ah, dang it. No, I messed that one up. Oh well, yeah, no, it's a very... Am I mixing up versions, Gaz? That can very well happen. Wow, you have got so many tabs open, Ben. Yeah, no, that did happen. So an entire generation died, and all right. Wait, is this the? This isn't a play version. They set it up as a... Oh, well. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alright, the Allegory of the Cave. Totally messed up, and I thought the original Plato, but it doesn't look like this. That could be it, too. I also, like... You'll notice that a lot of my songs... And I keep debating about doing recordings of them just because I know my voice isn't radio friendly. Like, I'm not classically or even very well trained at all. And my voice is very rough. It's great for, like, SCA and medieval reenactments, you know, because they expect you to be a little crappy. But I've been wary of doing it on YouTube, even though a few people have asked me to. But, yeah, get practice. Thanks, Jeremy. I do practice singing a lot. The problem is there's a difference. But I'm tone deaf is a lot of the problem. Like, I am legit tone deaf. I cannot tell when I am singing or talking. I cannot tell where my voice is at. Apparently I'm somewhat... I'm a passable or whatever at it. Still trying to get these wires to work. Ben's gonna pop in and just smack me upside the head any second now. But a lot of the times, because I do a lot of oral histories, I mix versions of songs together, because how I memorize them is, again, not the classical, but a mix of all of these different oral traditions of the songs. All of them I've heard, And I kind of just mix them together in my head and then go at them. Okay. Imagine this. People live under the earth in a cave-like dwelling, stretching a long way up toward... I just smacked myself. Stretching a long way up toward the daylight is its entrance, toward which the entire cave is gathered. The people have been in this dwelling since childhood, shackled by the legs and neck, which is... Again, this... You know, this doesn't make sense, actually, looking at it. Like... Why would you do this? And two, how would you do this? Because keeping the same shackles on someone from childhood all the way to adulthood doesn't... Like, your body changes massively between those two areas. And to keep a shackle where it's tight enough to be used on children, but yet not tight enough that it will literally strangle you to death in your teenage years, is not only impractical, but impossible. Unless it's rubber. Are they rubber shackles? No one cares about metaphors and theoreticists. Theoreticists don't make... Yeah, I don't really like the Greeks' philosophy, truth be told. I don't like the Republic. Not a single one of our governments is actually based off of the Republic. Especially since... It wasn't Plato or Socrates that said, we should pay all of our soldiers in rated R stuff and loot and not actually have to pay them money because we want to save our money for our own orgies because, you know, Greeks and orgies. Yeah, the myth of Sparta is very much correct because everything he said about Sparta, as we've dug more and more into history, turns out it was wrong. Okay, so it was Plato that said that creepy stuff. Okay, anyways. So everyone's shackled by rubber. Thus they stay in the same place so that there's only one thing for them to look at. Their eyes wouldn't develop then. Yeah, a Russian soldier's salary, basically. Whatever they encounter from their faces, but because they are shackled, they are unable to turn their heads around. Therefore, their eyes would not develop and they would become blind. A fire is behind them, and there is a wall between the fire and the prisoners. Yes, but if there's no color differentiation, we notice that people do not, their eyes don't develop. But anyways, so some light, of course, is allowed them, namely from a fire that casts its glow toward them from behind them, so they're blind, being above and at some distance. Between the fire and those who are shackled, there runs a walkway at a certain height. Imagine that a low wall has been built the length of the walkway. So it's not a walkway, it's a small wall. So it's a curtain. Socrates, make up your mind what it is we're looking at. Okay, so so now images that are along this wall, curtain, walkway. People are carrying all sorts of things that reach up higher than the wall, curtain, walkway. Statues and other carvings made of stone or wood or many other artifacts that people have made. As you would expect, some are talking to each other. I don't understand why. And some are silent. This is an unusual... And then this is glucon. This is an unusual picture that you're presenting here. These are unusual prisoners. Socrates, they are very much like us humans. I, Socrates, shall respond. Yeah, but the thing is that we don't actually have any works of Plato besides what Socrates wrote of Plato. As far as I know. Or I'm mixing things up again. So what do you think? From the beginning, people like this have never managed, whether on their own or with the help by others, to see anything besides the shadows they are continually projected on the wall opposite them by the glow of the fire. And what do they see of things that are being carried along behind them? Do they not see simply these shadows? Now, if they are able to say something about what they saw and talk it over, do you not think that they regard what they saw on the wall as beings? I don't think they would see it as beings, because beings are things you interact with. I think, therefore I am, and you think, therefore you are. So basically, if you just see objects, humans are not stupid enough to place those objects as being them, because the objects aren't what's responding to them. We've seen that repeated. Socrates, this is Plato. This is not. Okay, as I continue on, this is making less and less sense. Like, I know I've read this before, but wow. Okay, Jeremy's sending me stuff. What is Jeremy sending me? He's sending me to Imgur. Okay, what the heck does Harambe have to do with anything I'm doing right now, Jeremy? He's sending me Harambe means. That boy Harambe, still alive. Jeremy, stop sending me Harambe memes. Ben is like rushing as fast as he can to come back and save the live stream from the disaster that is Joe. Well, it makes sense. A lot of people only gave oral presentations back then. Not many people actually knew how to read. Yeah, and the Trinity doesn't make sense either, to be told to me. I like the Irish version better before the Council of Nicaea. Yeah, before the Council of Nicaea, I liked Christianity a little bit better back at that area. Yeah, I don't doubt that Plato is writing this as pretending Socrates said this, because as I'm reading this, like this, according to some other stuff that Socrates wrote, this does not make sense. Let me see if I can find another version of this. Yep, they do have massively large holes due to lack of understanding. Yeah, and I do mean that. The Council of Nicaea. It also didn't help that originally the beginning of the Council of Nicaea, I don't think they were archbishops at that time, but basically the head of the Irish sect had come down. Yeah, it was to stop an uprising. But the head of the Irish sect had come down. Everything had been decided. And then as soon as he left, the head of the Constantinople sect said, all right, now that he's gone, let's rewrite everything that we've decided, because he's no longer here, and his supporters are no longer here, and his supporters outnumber me, and I want to have control. Thus, he put the entire Irish, all the Isles, I should say, not just the Irish, but he put the entire Isles as being heretics. And we can all tell how that went over, because for the rest of history, what happened to the people in the Isles? Repeatedly, according to history, not really looked good upon by the church. But again, this is in the past. I have nothing against the Catholic Church. I actually think the Catholic Church, I've done other histories on them, and it's thanks to them that we have so much history. It's just people, random people within it, just like anything. I actually had no idea that GW named the banning of psychers after the Council of Nicaea. Oh, okay, here's an actual literal translation instead of someone trying to create it into a play. Next, said I, compare our nature in respect of education. Is this the right one? Okay. And its lack to such an experience as this. Picture men dwelling in a sort of subterranean cabin with a long entrance open to the light on its entire width. Conceive them as having their legs and necks fettered from childhood, so that they remain in the same spot. See, fettered actually makes more sense. Able to look forward only and prevented by the fetters from turning their heads, because fetters aren't shackles. They actually are allowed to grow and shrink. Picture further the light from a fire burning higher up and at a distance behind them, and between the fire and the prisoners, and above them, a road along which a low wall has been built, as the exhibitors of puppets show the petitioners before them and themselves, above which they show the puppets. Again, this version makes a lot more sense. All that I see, he said. And see also, then, men carrying past the wall implements of all kinds that rise above the wall, and human images, and shapes of animals as well, rotten stone and wood and every other material, some of these bearers presumably speaking, and some of them presumably silent. A strange image you speak of, he said, and strange prisoners. Like to us, I said. For to being with, tell me, do you think that these men would have seen anything of themselves, or of one another, except the shadows cast from the fire on the wall of the cave that fronted them? And he responded, How could they, he said, for they are compelled to hold their heads unmoving through life. And again, would not the same be true of the objects carried past them? Yeah, I actually like Gurren Lagann's use of this interpretation. Basically, the underground world versus the above world, and just the interpretation of the two. But sadly, most people haven't seen Gurren Lagann, even though it's one of the best animes I've ever seen, in my opinion, for symbology, action, man sauce. Just a great anime all around. As well as some of the twists and turns are just, please don't die on me, phone, please don't die on me. Alright, anyways. If then they were able to talk to one another, do you not think that they would suppose... Yeah, Studio Trigger is pretty good. Are you saying who is in Gurren Lagann, or who is in... Yeah, sorry that all this is really messed up, Lion. I broke Ben's computer, and the only thing I can get to work is the audio, so there's no point in me actually doing anything really besides trying to read. You didn't really force me. I fell in love with Gundam. I'm all the way on Zeta Zeta now. Yeah, I think isn't it double Zeta? Zeta Zeta? Yeah, it is all audio because I broke the computer and I can't get it to work. I can't get it to recognize either of the cameras. I can't even get it to recognize the camera on the computer anymore. No, I get the wall hacks. Wait, Double Zeta is a children's show? Oh. Which, crap. Okay. Alright. Which Gmail did you send it to? That does actually make more sense why ZZ is a little bit, seems forced funny. Okay. Wow, Ben, when was the last time you were on your Gmail? Alright, switch. Okay, I forgot I'm not on my computer, I'm on Ben's. So I have to type in my stuff. Joe of the Masks at gmail.com. Aha, I almost read my... Oh. read my password out loud. Whoop, everything's jiggling. Did you sign in using a new device? Yes, I could have just used my phone. Copy of Good Night, Sweet Prince. Oh, that's only slightly terrifying. Alright. The day began like any other. The strange pale aliens crowding around the cage they keep you in, making strange noises with bright flashes of light. You long for the time when these creatures will let you go back to your home, to your family, to your brother Bantu. Suddenly, you see one of the aliens drop in your cage. You rush towards the little alien, who from the neglect of its mother, crawled through the bars of your cage and fell into your home. You run over to it to make sure it's okay. It seems to be okay, making strange sounds. What are you doing here, little one? This place is dangerous for someone like you. You grab it from the hand to bring it to safety, hoping that after this act of kindness they will finally let you go. Come with me, and let's get out of the water. Hundreds of the aliens crowd around the cage, screaming. Some are pointing to the little one. One of them is holding something long and silver. You pick up the child and run for cover. I won't let them hurt you. You look up at the aliens, trying to signal them that everything is okay. Suddenly, a clap of thunder. You look down to see blood gushing out of the hole in your chest. As the life is drained out of you, you try one last time to save the child, but fail. Don't be sad for me, little one. Alright, so I've now, Ryan, read the fan fiction of Harambe. Harumba. I was reading something sent to me, Ben. You can put all those question marks up that you want. Copy of that was Good Night, Sweet Prince. By Parker Nelson. Harambe. What's that buzzing sound? Ah, dang it, Dad's... That's annoying. Alright, so Spencer, when you get here, I'm gonna smack you. Because I can do that. Because you're gonna be going to BYUI for some strange reason. Or the college is just up the hill from where I live. Or up the hill. How about 20, 15 miles away? Oh, Lion is Spencer, which is Jeremy's brother. Ben, who's putting all those question marks up there. See, I pay attention to stuff. Delete that as spam. Alright. I don't need to be on this anymore. I can log out of this. Lion, you were never anonymous. Never anonymous. Alright, can anyone else hear that buzzing? Oh, apparently Ben is turning into the driveway. Let me go look. Let me peek out the window. Ah, I'm tied up. Ah! Oh! I'm good. don't see him. Don't worry, Ben. I only broke my leg. Alright, I'm gonna go upstairs and turn off Dad's alarm clock, because that's what's buzzing. I feel like I should just unplug his alarm clock because he doesn't use it because it's set for 7:30 in the afternoon. Fix the couch cushion that I tripped on. Couch cushion. Put the audio jack away. How are you turning again? Where are you? Oh, he must have just barely turned down 300 north. Alright, I don't care about the back to school. Ow, I keep jabbing myself. Alright. Unplug. Plug back in. And you might be able to hear Ben honking the horn. The dogs certainly do. That's enough, Kiko! That's enough! Hey! Don't make me come up there. Hey! Kiko! Kiko! Come here, Kiko. Come here, Kiko. Come here, Kiko. No, come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on, Kiko. Oh, don't run away. Keep barking at me. That's enough. Stop barking at Ben. Why do I need to do an official reading of the Harambe fan fiction? Alright, Ben's here. He's going to wave his magical fingers and everything's going to work, and I'm just going to go to bed. That's how it works, right, Ben? What? You're just going to wave your magical fingers, everything's going to work, and I'm going to go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, Monica didn't tell me that, one, we weren't getting dinner, and two, that you weren't going to be here until 6. So I had an hour to try and figure out what the heck I was doing.
No, you were barking and growling at me. I'm not going to pet you. That's how it works.
Alright, Jeremy, I'll do an official reading of it just for you. On that note, okay, it's done rendering. I'm going to load up the next Eye of the World tomorrow, because it loaded up tonight. can't get it to even see the cameras anymore.
Well, could be. This is not on PC camera.
Well, that's because when you unplug it, it resets.
Yep, it does.
So I had to go up and do it again. I can't get that thing to... It recognizes that, even though it won't pull it up.
Right.
It says Demo 1.
Well, you won't get much because of...
Yeah, that's why if that didn't work, I was fine. I was just trying to get that to work so they could at least see the game.
Do I know you?
Ooh, there's fries in here.
Yep. And a burger.
I haven't eaten yet.
I know. You said that.
Oh, it's true. You know, I need to try and put the Eye of the World out every day. Not just on the weekend.
Ow. I am so sore.
What did you do today, Ben?
2 20-foot by 10-foot third story and second story porch.
Ow.
Ugh. So you come here. This is set on demo 1. Oh, it doesn't even see it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll close it. Sure, whatever, we don't care. This one. Sometimes you just swap it.
I tried doing that. Now it finally shows up.
Now it's showing you.
Yeah. Well, showing my glasses.
Go TV. No. Computer.
Oh. French fry.
And you got the audio to work.
Mm-hmm. That's the one thing I got to work.
Which is the audio plugged into?
Plugged into the Phantom. Oh, audio's this one here.
Okay.
Those two are the visuals. Oh! Oh no, that's just your arm.
Ugh.
Say hi to the snorkel.
Hey, Snorkel.
Yeah. See? Should I try turning off the Xbox and back on?
No, it won't be the Xbox.
Okay. Wonderful, I broke it.
That is interesting. Ugh. This is apparently what happens when you use a 12-year-old computer to try and do newer technology.
Yep.
What'd you do?
I don't know. We're trying to get one of the new computers. That's why I fill out all those stuff you keep sending me.
It's alright. My 10-year-old computer is better than my 1-year-old computer.
You have a 1-year-old computer?
That's that touch screen that's in the in my house.
I didn't know there's another computer in your house.
Yeah, I've got a desktop. However, it's funny.
Are you trying to get him on my lap again?
Unplug it and plug it back in. Nope, it doesn't even recognize that there's something being plugged in.
Did I break the HDMI cable? By the way, what I tripped over is the charger. When I got curled around and I tripped.
Ugh. No, because it's recognizing it. That's why when you unplug it, and plug it back in, you get that thing.
Digging on and off.
Right. Like that. This is recognizing that it got plugged into something.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of play.
Iced coffee.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's a lot of play in that.
You noticed it, well? I wonder if it was for me pulling out and back in repeatedly.
No, remember last night someone tripped over it?
Oh.
And that's
That's
where
true.
it started. So I wonder...
If your USBs are broken.
Well, that wouldn't make sense because... Actually, it might because we're not getting any feed from this.
Should I grab my USB multiplier thingy and plug it into the one that is working? Oh wait, I don't know where all the parts for my USB multiplier is right now because I let someone borrow it. Dad. All the comments have died. They all fell asleep.
Okay.
That's right. Most of this has just been Joe ranting. Yeah, I'm going to rename this one 1 Hour of Joe Rants.
So this is people. So you swap it off.
Hey!
Back on. Yeah, see, we're not getting any feed from demo.
We're not getting any feed. Oh,
No.
as soon as I mentioned that either died, everyone is waking up again. Except for Gaz. Gaz
So-
is dead.
Yeah,
So it's broken.
my USBs on that side might be broken.
Blarb! I wonder if I'll have to start using my laptop.
I've got a powered splitter.
So that's about it for the live stream tonight then.
We'll try one thing here
Okay.
and see if it'll kill the audio, but we'll see if something appears.
Alright, we're going to test to see if something appears.